Hello, eighth graders. We have finally made it to our eighth and final regular planet, is the distant Neptune. Neptune is roughly the size of Uranus. We discovered that when we were doing our solar system to scale model. However, it is very, very far away. It's actually 30 times further away from the sun as Earth is, which is a really, really big distance. It's actually so big that it's the only planet in our solar system that you can't see with the naked eye. Okay, so we actually discovered this planet before we laid eyes on it. Way back when we realized that there was something beyond the orbit of Uranus that was influencing the orbit of Uranus from time to time throughout Uranus's trip around the sun. Something was tugging on it. Something was had some sort of a gravitational influence over Uranus. And they did some calculations, and lo and behold, there was the eighth planet, Neptune. And it's kind of interesting because right now we are doing the same thing with what we are calling Planet 9. There is something outside of the orbit of Neptune that is influencing its orbit with its gravity, and we are making calculations to try to pinpoint where exactly Planet 9 is. Okay, so in the Mark Rober drone video yesterday, they discussed the distance of that particular planet. So kind of cool that we are back in the same boat with our discoveries and using some of the same techniques that we did so many years ago when we discovered Neptune. It being the furthest away from the sun is also the coldest planet. It is also the windiest planet. The winds at the cloud tops of the atmosphere of Neptune rip around at like 1,200 miles an hour. Very, very, very fast. Because it is so far away, we can't actually go visit it. It's a gas giant also, and so we can't land on it anyways. But we did get these pictures that are on the screen now from the Voyager spacecraft, which drove by Neptune on its way out to the outer reaches of our solar system. So that Voyager spacecraft has really given us a lot of really great pictures of the gas giants that we wouldn't otherwise have. Neptune has 14 known moons. One of them, the biggest, Triton, makes sense that Triton would be the name of the biggest moon, since Neptune is named after the god of the sea because of its deep blue color. But Triton is actually made of frozen nitrogen gas, which is unique among the moons of the solar system. You can see here with this really close-up from Voyager 2, some of these clouds that are whipping by so fast on the surface, or the surface of the atmosphere of Neptune. And then another thing that they discovered was that this great red, or not great red spot, that's what they call it on Jupiter, but they call it the great dark spot on Neptune. It moves around. In 1989, they realized that it had disappeared, and then it keeps showing up in these different spots around the planet. And so we know that this big hurricane-like storm does move around a little bit. It's not just planted in one spot like it is on Jupiter. We will learn a little bit about Neptune's moon, Triton, in a video that I will attach here. But that wraps up our discussion of Neptune, and I will talk to you soon.